Hey there, Gavinator here, and it's been 1 year of my YouTube journey, which is incredible. Now you, new viewer, may be wondering, what are you talking about, Gav? It says you have been on YouTube since April the 25th, and you've only uploaded since October. And oh boy, you barely know a thing. So strap up and stick around if you want to see the history of this YouTube channel or YouTube channels and my reflection and what I've learned over the months. So without further ado, let's get into the history of this channel. So to start, we are going back to the beginning, the true beginning. And my beginning was not actually on this channel, it was actually on another channel. Now, to understand what you're about to see, you need to understand that back when I was 12, which, by the way, yes, I'm not actually 14, surprise, I'm actually 13. And back when I created my first channel, I was like 12 years, 4 months old. So back to what we were talking about. When I was 12, I really liked history, and more specifically, alternate history. I like to think, what if this country went to war with this country? What if this country did something different? And what if Hitler won World War II? I like that kind of stuff. And because of that, it led me to two different genres. Extremism and the mapping community. There was one content creator called GGG 502. Oh yeah, GGG 502. And he did mapping. And if you don't know what mapping is, it's not pedophilia. It is when you take a country or a landmass and you map it and then animate it. And it could be very good or extremely bad. And extremism is ideologies like conservatism and progressivism taken into its extreme extent. You could say that progressivism, taken to its extreme extent, is communism, anarchism, or just culturally left extreme. And I really got involved because of a YouTuber called Dreg. He makes political comedy and even political commentary sometimes. And so because of that mapping YouTuber and some other YouTubers, I decided to make mapping videos. And my name was like Chamorro Mapping or Guam Mapping. Something like that. Because I'm just gonna leak some personal info. I'm actually a Pacific Islander and from Guam. And so I'm half Chamorro because that's the major race on that island, and I'm also half Filipino. So on August the 5th, I created my YouTube account. This would start my journey on YouTube. So as I told you my backstory, I think you understand what I made on my first channel. Mapping videos, and remember the extremism part? Yeah, well that becomes more relevant. When I started watching J-Rec, I did what any young kid and followed extremism. I followed communism. I even changed my profile picture and name to fit my ideology. Like, I think the American kindness symbol and even my name to like communist mapping or something like that. Now, most of this was a joke, but even then I was like, do I actually want to follow this? And when I took a political compass test, I didn't know jack shit about half of the questions. So when the results came in, it was dead center because I didn't know anything about communism or political science at all. And that's when I realized that I wasn't an actual political extremist. So I stopped watching Drake. So I changed my profile picture again to my political compass results. And my name was now Centrist Mapping or something like that. Then I came back to Dreg, and I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna become a communist again. Because even then, I still commented on Dreg's videos, and I felt like I was gonna be bullied for being a centrist, since they hate centrists on that channel. Know what you're getting into in political science, fellow children. Meanwhile, when I was doing that, I was still doing mapping animations, but somewhere along the way I had decided to make other things like animations, because you see, I wanted to be an artist, and in some way I guess I was already an artist, since art is not just painting things on paper, but I wanted to be an artist, like the kind who draws stuff on paper, but more specifically, I wanted to make art that moves. Animations. Now, of course, if you go to that channel, I don't think you can call that animations. Not even the really bad kind of animations. But hey, I at least tried. And I guess it still kinda counts as animation. So along the way, I decided to make another channel and move that one and post my content there. I don't really remember why. Maybe because of the extremism, because I didn't want to associate with political stuff, because that isn't the best way to grow a channel, to be honest. Or maybe because I didn't want to associate with those mapping animations I made. Or maybe I just really didn't have fun with the type of content I was making before the animation stuff. And so why should I make videos that I don't even find fun and entertaining to me? But either way, I decided to move to another channel and try again. And this is where my real YouTube journey begins. So I had decided to move to my new channel, which at the time, it was called Quality Content. I changed my name to Gavernator shortly after I made Sharks. And there, I had remade the content I was making, animations, or quote-unquote animations. They were almost in the later stages of my time creating animations, just moving images instead of drawings. So the type of animations I made were honestly, if anyone found this in the future, would probably get me cancelled. They were talking about world events, and they were really bad. Although I think I got tired or just wanted to try a new idea, and that idea was me hating on country humans. And another thing I've had forgot to mention, because I liked world events and history, I actually had gotten into country balls. Trust me, this isn't weird, and a lot of it was just historical events and recent events presented in a comedic fashion, which eventually branched off into country humans. Just think of country balls and add a humanoid body onto the bottom of the country balls, and boom, you have country humans. And they're mainly known for a very interesting fan art. I kind of just hated them as like a joke for like content. And honestly, from all the old clips for this channel, this one would most likely get me cancelled.
My god. Haha, I am gay. Noah, get the boat.
Oh no. No! Which, by the way, just to be clear, that was a joke. And that joke wasn't meant to make fun of the people who are gay. Just jokes, guys. Once again, it was another abandoned project along with the world event jokes. And another thing I need to mention was that I was an IBX Toy Cat fan. And I had joined one of his streams called Skyblock, and a certain donation had popped up from the screen.
Can you look into the camera and say, sub to Shark 33, upside down, love you toy cat. I did it, friend.
So a donation had popped up on the screen, and it was a donation saying to read a message upside down, and it said, subscribe to Sharks 332. And I felt at the time that, hey, why don't I be generous to this guy and help him grow his YouTube channel? Little did young Gavernator know, this decision and the following decisions would change his YouTube journey forever. So I proceeded to meet Sharks and commented on one of his videos. I even met him formally on a live stream about him trying to get 1,000 emeralds achievement.
What's up, quality content? How you been? How's your day? Hope it's going good. Hope you're here to enjoy the stream too.
And so my journey with Sharks began, and I liked Sharks, or inspired by Sharks, so much that I decided to do my own speedrun. Because, you see, if you haven't seen my ShiGame documentary, which, by the way, you should, I spent more than half a year on that video. And Sharks was a speedrunner in the early days of restarting his channel, and even just streaming on his Minecraft world. So I decided to start getting into speedrunning and making Minecraft content. And honestly, Sharks was just there. Now, of course, he wasn't always there, he just stood by. I had even made some content on some of his projects / video ideas, like the realm video he made. I had made like 3 videos on those realms. Now, I did go back to making cringy ass animations, and I even made an animation about Redditors and how much they suck. Specifically the really bad ones who send death threats and endanger random people's lives. I had used music from one of my favorite content creators, Video Game Donkey, and I even teased it, but it never got fully finished. Although, I'd come up with another idea, and it was YouTube bots. Now you see, there was a problem like a year ago where random fake accounts would come out of the blue and compliment your channel or video, but it was an obvious bot, most prominently Tom, and I ended up crafting a story about YouTube and Tom fighting. Now, of course, this probably wasn't actually accurate. I bet YouTube did jack shit until a while, but I just wanted to craft a story on this. I even made 2 episodes, but guess what? Those ended up never getting finished. I think you see a pattern of me starting big projects and dropping them because I got lazy. So I just want to say this before I move on to the next topic. Almost all the way until October, I would stick around with Sharks, watching almost all of the live streams, watching all of the videos, being the first donator to Sharks live.
I don't even have a weapon, I just realized. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, Gavinator! Dude! Gavinator, thank you so much, man.
Was there when Sharks blew up on YouTube, joining the Discord server, and even becoming a mod. For absolutely no reason. I didn't even apply for a mod. And he also stuck around with me in my YouTube career. I almost never left him, which is almost insane, because I met this guy from a Toy Cat donation. It makes me think, what would have happened if I never met him? Now, somewhere along the way, I had met other common viewers of Sharks, and I realized that they had even collabed with Sharks, and this piqued my interest. And soon I would meet ShiGame and the boys. Now, I don't know exactly when and how I met these guys, but it was probably seeing another viewer of Sharks, Domat, being mentioned in one of Sharks' live streams, and about how Sharks was in an SMP. It most likely piqued my interest, and I then proceeded to watch the videos about the SMP by Domat. Now, I can't show it because Domat's channel has just been erased off of the internet since like November or October. But I did watch those videos, and one of the only archives of it was when I made a video, quote-unquote, animating it. It's really bad, but when I made that video, it got noticed by the members in that server, and because of this animation, it got me invited to the reboot of the server. That's so crap. Now, I won't go into what happened, specifically in that server. All I will say is that trauma happened, we lost a member, and it ended up ending the first season of the server. Now, in the present day, I'm still friends with these guys. And I'm actually in a lore/story SMP. Although, don't expect anyone to make a live stream or video on it unless it's lore. It is not a YouTuber SMP. Which, by the way, look at this Discord link. Join it, please. We need 100 members. Please, please. Now, there was another person I had mentioned. And that person that I mentioned was ShiGame. I had met ShiGame through Sharks, and I had realized that they had even collabed. And one thing I will admit that ShiGame definitely had over Sharks was that ShiGame had collaborated and worked with his community more than a lot of other content creators. He had a public realm that had parkour, survival, and hell, maybe even meet people in that realm. He even had a survival world where you could just chill with other members, and even had fan events like a public UHC, etc. I had even participated in some of these events. In a now unlisted or private video, he was in an old community realm he owned, and we were doing parkour. And if you saw that video, you could have seen my player account, which at the time, my name was Mining Diamond 86. Yes, that was actually my Minecraft username. I had participated in a lot of other ShiGame's events, joined his realm, and I even shouted out his network out, which at the time was called MCBE's YouTubing Network. Now, of course, I think you may know what soon happened in ShiGame's survival realm. And soon, the whole situation with ShiGame would fall apart. Now, of course, I won't go into what happened in ShiGame Drama. I already have a whole video explaining a lot of the situation, and although it's 1 hour long, trust me, it's worth a watch, and even brings light to things that even people involved in the situation never got to know about. So I made a video mocking ShiGame's realm. Yada yada yada. If you haven't watched this video, go watch it. But I want to explain what happened to my YouTube career during this. And when I first made the ShiGame Drama series, I said I was gonna milk this cow dry in episode 2 of ShiGame Comment.
ShiGame, please keep coming. I need to milk this.
Which is ironic since I never ended up delivering that promise for a while. Until I decided to remake my review on ShiGame Drums and made a hashtag beat ShiGame to 1K video. And when I had made that ShiGame Comments thumbnail, I milked that cow. I was clowning on this kid. I bet when I criticized him for stealing a thumbnail, I don't know what I was talking about. Now, of course, I did make a pretty bad video explaining why I didn't actually hate ShiGame, but when Sharks told me that ShiGame said that Sharks had autism and that he was a son of the KKK, I started to pick back up steam and started milking this cash cow. I was clowning on him and making videos on him every day, every few days. Hell, one time posting like 5 videos on ShiGame in one day. I was at peak viewers during this time because I uploaded all the time. At the sacrifice of almost bullying this kid, I made a lot of clout. Got new viewers, I made a lot of clout, got new viewers, and got a lot of watch in order to get to the monetization goal. I will admit, I knew at this time I was making bank off of this, and so I abused this while I can. Sometimes even bullying this kid, and if I'm being honest today, I actually lied to you guys. When I said that the realm review video was a joke, it wasn't actually in the first place. Now granted, some parts of his response to my review was ridiculous, but a lot of that critique was actually valid criticism, and I had thrown it out the window with the "it's just a joke" bullshit. And honestly, along the way with me being greedy for fame during this entire thing, that's fucked up. Especially since we almost cancelled and bullied this kid. But of course, some things ShiGame did was also not justified. But so were we also not justified in some areas. Especially me milking this thing. When I made those videos, some of those things were serious. I'm just gonna move away from YouTube and go into Discord for a second. We did clown and troll on him, and some of those things we said about him were jokes, but some were certainly not. Now, eventually the Steam did run out of it. I decided to stop with the ShiGame Drama uploads and went on to do other things. One thing I used to laugh at is this comment. I used to laugh at it so many times. I was like, I have so many projects that I could potentially work on, kid. I guarantee I will upload daily and a couple times a day, just like right now. Although him saying that him and Sharks made peace was stupid, it's almost funny because now I'm laughing at me, because ShiGame literally predicted what would happen soon to this channel. So after ShiGame Drama was done, ironically, I was out of ideas. And although I had some ideas, like the video, like, why all mob candidates sucks, the following good Minecraft video ideas never happened. So I resorted to making really low quality content that required zero editing effort. And although those videos are some of my most popular videos during this era, like the Warden video, they were the easiest to make. And even things like the ShiGame documentary, which some might have thought that this was the upload, it was instead just a rerun of all of the ShiGame Drama videos. Not to mention my viewer count was pretty low during this time, and although yes, I did make videos that were relevant at the time, like cave update videos, and even tried to bring back my old audience with the ShiGame rerun video, since that's what they used to watch. Even then, since I didn't upload as frequently, I used to take weeks to just make one video. In not making videos about ShiGame Drama, my views, my community slowly disappeared over time. New Year's had come, and it was time to come up with some New Year's resolutions and goals. I was gonna upload more, and instead of posting low-quality videos that require zero effort, I was gonna try and upload more high-quality, or at least decent videos that required some effort. I was gonna try and regain a community, and try and regain some of the older audience I had back in July through September. I even got a new mic and tried to edit videos on my PC. Although my computer was from 2013/2014 and couldn't handle the editing at all. But I still could have used a mic. I just needed a USB to iPhone cord, so that was a step forward to try and make more high quality videos. And so it all started with the New Year's fears video, where I discussed my fears for the years and months ahead of the internet, and although with a ton of voice cracks, as last month before I made that video I had turned 13, it was a much better video than my previous one, and it was a step forward from my flop era. But you see, there was a problem. I had a video that I was making in December, and it was probably going to be my longest video and most time spent on a video. That video was ShiGame documentary. See, one thing I forgot to mention was that I had a project/documentary that was going to be my best video, and I was working on it in August. But guess what? It was never finished. This seems to be a theme with my big projects. But either way, I was fully working on it in December, mainly working on the script, and when New Year's had came, I put this on my goal list, that I was gonna fully finish this. I had started to record the voiceover in January, also editing the script, rewriting some parts of the script, and re-recording some of the recordings. In February, I was editing the video, collecting footage, finding footage of some info in the documentary, and it all came out on March the 4th, 2021. But you see, the problem here is that this video was so big, and I worked on it so much on this, it almost prevented me from doing the goals I had wanted to do for the new year. My upload schedule went from one video per 2 weeks to one video per month. I was barely able to grow my community. My channel was doing way worse when I had made low quality videos. But hey, maybe it did pay off. It's my longest video and probably my best video on this channel in terms of quality wise. And I finally got to complete a big project for the first time.
Can you look into the camera and say, sub to Shock 33, upside down, love you, toy cat. I did it, friend.
What's up, quality content? How you been? How's your day? Hope it's going good. I don't even have a weapon, I just realized. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, Gavinator! Dude! Gavinator, thank you so much, man. That's it's the first donation I've ever got on stream, so thank you.
1 year on YouTube, I've changed a lot. I have gone from just a normal mapper to an extremist mapper, to a centrist mapper, back to an extremist mapper, went from a mapper, then to an animator, or at least tried to be. Went from making world events, country ball comedy animator, then to making fun of the country human fandom, made some big projects that never got finished, then I met Sharks, and meeting him really changed my YouTube journey. I had met him from a donation message and commented on his speedrun, and I even made some of my own speedrunner and Minecraft content because of him. I stuck with him for probably the longest amount of time, which is insane because I had met this guy because of a donation message, which is already unlikely, and sticking around with him for almost a year is even more unlikely. I even got to meet some people that, looking back, is insane to think that I had met these people. I got to meet the boys and even join an SMP that quickly fell apart. Tony, Paige, Domat, Gamerly, Hero, Ryan, Dead, Andy, etc. But most importantly, I had met ShiGame. I joined his community and joined his realm, causing me to critique it and literally causing a domino effect that caused a huge drama where we just laughed at this teen or tween, which for me on my YouTube channel caused a huge explosion on this channel. But then proceeding to stop the ShiGame comment series and laughing at the fact that ShiGame thought I would be dead and without content when the drama ended, and him proceeding to predict what happened to my channel. My channel dying out when ShiGame Drama ended, my community disappearing, my quality of videos plummeting, making a plan and goals to try and revive my channel, but then proceeding to fail because I was working on a video that took more than half of a year to make, uploading it into now, the present day. I've learned a lot over my last year on YouTube. I know that I should complete my new future big projects and at least half finish it. I shouldn't bully kids. I shouldn't have done some fucked up things and back my past to ShiGame. I know that I shouldn't let my greed for fame overcome me when the videos I'm making are about bullying a kid or something else problematic. I know that I shouldn't lie to my fanbase, and I should follow the content that I want to make. That stuff that's fun to make and entertaining to me. I reflect on a lot of things, but one thing I've reflected on the most is how I met these people and how I got here. Now, I get it. People meet each other on YouTube all the time, and honestly, I'm not that special. But I had met Sharks from donation message. The fact that I met Sharks from that one donation message, and that I even went to his channel sticking around with him for the longest amount of time, meeting the boys, meeting ShiGame, causing a chain reaction to start drama, all because of that one donation message, is incredible. It's something that I reflect a lot on, and if it didn't happen,